One of the misunderstandings with psychological safety is it means, everybody just gets along all the time. It's warm and fuzzy and cuddly, which is not the truth. Fear is important and fear is human. So I don't believe in such a thing as a fearless leader. And so, yeah, psychological safety is not about warm and fuzzy. And in fact, I would be really concerned if you have a culture where there isn't disagreement and there isn't hard conversations. For me, that would be more of a toxically positive culture.
So psychological safety is sometimes misunderstood. So a lot of people will think that, it just means you need a lovey-dovey environment where everyone just cuddles each other and I think you said on our podcast, sings Kumbaya and all this kind of stuff. But that's not what it is, right? So tell me what you believe psychological safety is.
One of the misunderstandings with psychological safety is it means, everybody just gets along all the time. It's warm and fuzzy and cuddly, which is not the truth. A huge hallmark of a psychologically safe culture is that you're high on candor and low on fear. Not no fear, that's impossible. That's why I harp against the term fearless leader. Never met one. We need fear. We wouldn't have courage if we didn't have fear. Fear is important and fear is human. So I don't believe in such a thing as a fearless leader. So yeah, we have high candor, low fear. So high candor means that you and I can have truthful conversations even if they are hard. And that we have them by lowering our ego, ramping up on humility, and talking about the hard stuff to create improvement. We can disagree. We can even get into arguments with respect, but it's always about making improvements toward our culture, our performance, our results, our service, whatever it might be. And so, yeah, psychological safety is not about warm and fuzzy. And in fact, I would be really concerned if you have a culture where there isn't disagreement and there isn't hard conversations. For me, that would be more of a toxically positive culture as opposed to a psychologically safe culture. But for Candor with Care and High Candor, I'll take from Kim Scott's work. I mean, she's done the work for us. So for anyone who's not yet familiar with Kim Scott and her work, she wrote her first book, I believe, is Radical Candor. I don't love the title because, let's face it, most people read covers of books, not books. And when you see Radical Candor, it's like, oh, excuse to be a jerk. No. Radical Candor means you both challenge directly and care personally. It is both. If you just challenge directly and don't care personally, I believe she calls that obnoxious aggression. If you care personally but don't challenge directly, you're being passive and nice. As opposed to kind, right? We can be kind by saying, I have some feedback for you. You may not want to hear it, but I'm sharing it with you because I think it can make you a better person and a better professional. Are you ready for that combo, right? And then the other thing with toxic positivity, it's not just about rewarding the 34th of 34. Toxic positivity is earmarked by a culture in which we only talk about the future and we only talk about good things.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of just putting on a rosy and the important thing, and because it's become so pervasive, because so many leaders through the pandemic have not created a space to talk about hard stuff, to talk about the fact that we've had to lay off 40% of our workforce, or chose to lay off 40% of the workforce, whatever it might be, and that people are grieving, the fact that life is hard right now. We've seen huge backlashes from organizations saying we don't talk about politics or we don't talk about certain things at work, and people resign. They say not for me. So toxic positivity is certain things and emotions we just don't talk about it. That might be fine for your family reunion. Don't think that's fine for optimally performing organizations. So the two pieces of a speak up culture are encourage and reward. So encourage means I feel it's never without risk, but I feel that it will be rewarded or it's worth the risk. High candor is truthful conversation, even if hard. And low fear is the barrier to entry is as low as it possibly can be.
Right.
So again, let's say you and I are colleagues, same level, or even you're more junior to me, whatever it might be, and I try to have a high candor conversation with you. If it goes well, I now give you a reputation amongst others saying, Mick, you can go there and have hard conversations with him.
Yeah.
with respect, but you can do it. Similarly, if you're inconsistent, and a huge piece of trust is to show up with consistency. If I attempt to have that conversation with you and it doesn't go well, that also has a reputation as well. It's not rewarded. Don't do it today, or so it's not just within the one-to-one relationship. It ripples because
Yeah.
we're all part of networks.
So this reward, for me, yes, it's what is rewarded or celebrated sets the culture in the business. It's also what is tolerated and what's not tolerated, which is different,
Yep.
right? So if
Yep.
someone's behavior is out of line in some way, they're not giving care and respect in the way that they speak, for example, and you tolerate it, people see that, and they're going to go in one of two directions. They're either going to go, oh, I saw the way that happened. He behaved like this, and he got away with it. I can do it too.
I
Or
can do it too.
I can't believe that he got away with it. I'm out of here. All right. So it's also reward, but it's also what you tolerate and what you don't tolerate. How does that sit with you?
Yes. Yeah, we in our cultures we get the behavior we reward and we get the behavior that we tolerate.
Yeah. Cool.